To beginner Vinyasa. My name's Teresa. So first of all, you don't need any props for this class. Make sure that you're in comfortable clothes and give yourself permission, especially if you are a beginner or if you haven't taken yoga at all, give yourself permission to explore while you're here. You're in the comfort of your own home. All of your cameras are off, so nobody's really going to be seeing you. So let yourself feel the postures in your body and explore even if they feel a little bit different. Also, if you have music that you might want in the background, you can go ahead and set that up as long as you can still hear me. You're all muted, so you won't be disturbing anybody. My last note is that I do have two cats and they might wander into the frame or onto my mat, and I'll just be working around them. So with that taken care of, find a comfortable seat. Maybe today that looks like having your legs crossed or having the legs out straight. Whatever is comfortable. I like to rock a little bit side to side to feel a little more grounded and supported by my mat. And then from there, you can have the palms face down on your knees. You can close the eyes, or if you don't feel ready to close the eyes, you can just soften the gaze somewhere on the floor in front of you. And from here, we're going to take 3 nice, deep, sighing breaths. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good, 2 more. In through the nose and sigh it out. Last one. And then seal the lips, but continue with a slightly exaggerated deep breath. Breathing in and out through the nose, let the air come all the way deep into the stomach. And as you exhale, make sure you fully exhale every last bit of breath. After a few rounds of that exaggerated deep breath, you can move into a more natural deep breath, still breathing in and out through the nose, but starting to acknowledge what a deep breath really feels like today. It might be the first time all day you're really paying attention to the way that the breath feels. Noticing how it feels traveling in to the body. Maybe noticing where it travels to, or the temperature sensation. And noticing the same on the exhale. So we come to our mat frequently to find some sort of calm that is established through connection. And that connection can be to yourself, to your body. Sometimes it feels like a connection to something bigger than us. Sometimes it brings us closer together, some interconnected feelings, growing compassion and awareness. But all of this connection starts with connection to the breath. So throughout class, really use this breath as your anchor and come back to it frequently. Notice if you ever lose the breath, that it's always there, ready for you to come back to it. And that everything from now on that I suggest, any weird shape your body makes, is just a suggestion. The real practice of yoga happens just in the breath. So if you'd like to set an intention or dedication for today's practice, you can start to settle in on something now. And I offer to you for that intention to be staying with the breath, even if it's just staying with one complete Inhale and exhale. And so once you've settled in on an intention or dedication, just bringing both hands to heart center, keep the fingers nice and close and press the palms together. Then gently press the thumbs into the sternum, lift the sternum into the thumbs. Feel that connection between the left and right side of the body and with the heart. We'll seal all these dedications with one nice deep sighing breath again. Breathing in through the nose and sighing out the mouth. And bow the chin to the chest. Starting to blink the eyes open, taking in the mat and the rest of your room. As you inhale, let the arms reach up overhead. Exhale, keep the arms lifted, but relax the shoulders away from the ears. Imagine every inhale, there's like a string on the top of your head, lengthening through the whole spine. And every exhale, the shoulders relax and the hips are supported by the floor. So one more inhale, nice deep breath, open up the back body. And as you exhale, turn to the right for a twist. The right hand comes behind, the left hand comes outside the right leg. And this can be the same whether your legs are crossed or whether your legs are out in front of you. As you inhale, lift and lengthen through the spine. Exhale, twist deeper, turning to gaze over the right shoulder. Every inhale you lift, and every exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Good, one more breath. On the inhale, come back to center, arms reach up, lengthening both sides of the ribs. Exhale, twist to the left. The left arm becomes the second spine. The right hand comes outside the left leg. Inhale to lift. And exhale, twist deeper. Gaze goes over the left shoulder. 2 more breaths. And 1 more. As you inhale, the arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands come down by your side. And start to make your way into Baddha Konasana, so butterfly pose. Bring the soles of the feet together. They can be really close to the body if this feels natural and you don't feel like you're really hunched over. Or if you are feeling a little hunched over, just walk the feet out more in front, letting the knees drop a little bit lower, opening the hips. As you inhale here, the grip can be on the ankles as you lift and lengthen. And as you exhale, just fold over the legs. And you don't have to fold deeply. Imagine leading with the heart, the toes, keeping the spine long. 2 more breaths, taking a deep breath in to lift and lengthen. And as you exhale, maybe folding a little bit deeper. 1 more breath like that. And then walking back in, bring the knees together and make your way into a tabletop position. So for tabletop, making sure the fingers are really wide to support the wrists and the hands are shoulder width distance apart. Knees or hips width distance apart and tucking the toes. We'll go through a few rounds of cat and cow. As you inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, roll the shoulders away for cow. And exhale, untuck the toes, press the mat away, chin to the chest for cat. Inhale to cow, widen the collarbone, imagine the heart drawing forward. And exhale to cat. So not just tucking the chin, but also pressing actively with the arms, spreading the shoulder blades. So let's do this 2 more times, your own pace. Good, 1 more. Now returning to that neutral tabletop position with the toes tucked, we'll make our way into a spinal balance. So walking the right leg out, find the balance between the hands and the left knee first, then actively kick up through the right leg so that the right ankle is in line with both hips and both hips are in line with each other. From here, the left hand walks forward. Maybe you stay on fingertips the whole time, or maybe you begin to hover that left arm up, left thumbs up towards the sky. Try to even out the shoulders, even out the hips. Take a deep breath in here, like you're being pulled in opposite directions, really active. And as you exhale, bring the right knee and the left elbow together, creating the space by pressing away with your right hand like in cat pose. Inhale to reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. 2 more times. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, elbow to knee. Last one. Inhale, reach. Keep the shoulders and hips level. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale to reach and extend. Exhale, come back into that tabletop position. And we'll switch sides, starting by bringing the left foot back, firming up through the core, and then actively kicking the left foot back, left heel in line with the hips, both hips in line with each other. Walking the right hand forward, maybe keeping the fingertips grounded, or lifting the hand up, thumbs up to the sky. Keeping the hips level, shoulders level, really engage through the core and pressing away with the left hand. Inhale to reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. And notice that the shoulder extension creates the space for elbow to knee to touch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, tabletop position. Sit back, child's pose. Just for 1 or 2 breaths, you can have the knees close together or separated, up to you. But let the head and neck relax. And once again, right away, come back to the breath. Know that this is a posture you can always come back to if you ever need it. As you inhale, start to look between the hands. And just walking the hands a little bit more forward, tuck the toes, find downward facing dog. Lifting the hips, pedaling out the feet. So in down dog, we're working towards this inverted V posture. The heels are drawn down towards the floor, but they never ever need to touch the floor. So your heels can stay lifted, and imagine keeping the spine really long. And so that might mean bending through the knees, and that's okay too. The legs never have to be straight. But drawing the energy of the heels towards the floor. 1 more inhale here, making any last wiggles that feel good. As you inhale, look between the hands and tippy-toe your way all the way to the top of the mat. Nice and slow. Maybe keep your palms on the floor as long as you can. Good. And once you're there, heel toe your feet hips width distance apart to find a ragdoll pose, bending deeply through the knees, grabbing opposite elbows, and relaxing the head and neck. Maybe rocking side to side. We're shaking no, nodding yes. So at this point, we're not really working the hamstrings at all. So bend into the legs enough that you feel this more in the shoulders and in the neck. Opening up the upper back. And then starting to find stillness, release the grips of the arms, and on the longest inhale of your whole day so far, roll yourself up to stand 1 vertebrae at a time. Head and neck come up last. And then the hands come to heart center. Bring the legs close together. As you inhale, sweep the arms up, reaching through both fingertips, lifting up out of the hips. Exhale, forward fold. And you can always bend the knees in a forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up to the sky once again. Exhale, dive straight back down. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. So exploring the whole length of the breath as you inhale to lift. The very top of the inhale, maybe the palms touch. Exhale, forward fold. When you can't breathe out any more air, maybe the fingers touch the ground. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, folding forward. Great job. Inhale, the arms sweep up. Maybe the palms touch. Exhale, forward fold. We'll move into a sun salutation, A. As you inhale, lift halfway, lengthening through the spine, and then exhale, plant both hands on the mat and step one foot at a time back to plank. So keep the fingers really wide in plank pose. The hips are about same level as the shoulders, but if you notice that your body can't stay with the hips in line with the shoulders, keep the hips a little bit higher rather than a little bit lower, just to protect the lower back. So take one more inhale here. Pose. And then for the first vinyasa, we'll all lower knees, chest, and chin. Keep the elbows tight to the body. And then inhale to cobra pose. So sliding through, inhaling to cobra, pressing through the palms, the hips stay grounded. And then exhale through tabletop position into downward facing dog, where we'll be for a few breaths. So that's one version of the vinyasa. You can always take the knees, chest, and chin version of the vinyasa instead of a chaturanga, even if you do chaturanga all the time. On your next inhale, look between the hands. Exhale, step one foot at a time to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, the arms sweep up. Maybe the palms touch. Maybe you add a little back bend by lifting the gaze up to the thumbs. And exhale, hands come to heart center. We'll do that one more time. This time, one breath, one movement. And if you choose to do Chaturanga Dandasana, you can do the Chaturanga option as well. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank, and lower your way, either knees, chest, and chin, or Chaturanga. Inhale, slide through cobra or upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Right away, inhale, look between the hands, and exhale, step one foot at a time to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, arms sweep up, and exhale, hands come to heart center. Great job. Close the eyes, return to the breath. We'll keep doing these little check-ins with the breath. Notice any other changes after just a few minutes of movement in the body. Blinking the eyes open. On your next inhale, find chair pose. So let the seat be really low, biceps by the ears, and right away notice if you're sticking out your belly and you have a lot of pressure on the lower back. Imagine drawing the tailbone towards the toes to lengthen that whole part of the spine. Take a peek down at your toes. Can you see them? Shift a little bit back, even if that means that your knees are bent a little bit less. Make sure that the weight's in the heels, you can still see the toes. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. One more inhale, maybe you drop an inch lower. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, make your way through a vinyasa. So stepping back to plank, lowering either knees, chest, and chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale through upward facing dog or cobra pose. Then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it forward for warrior one. So the right foot comes basically behind the right hand. Pivot on the left heel so that the foot is grounded completely. And once you're grounded, the arms inhale up. So you have a deep bend in the right knee, but you can still see your right big toe. Both hips are facing forward. So we're not open like in warrior two. Both hips are facing forward and both heels are grounded. So really actively pressing through the left heel to lengthen through the whole left leg. One more inhale with the fingertips. Exhale, clasp the hands behind your back. Inhale, open up through the heart space. Hands slide down the back leg. And exhale, humble this warrior, folding inside the right knee. The hands will either rest on the lower back or start to reach up and overhead. The crown of the head is reaching towards the floor. And the gaze is back towards your left foot, so your back foot, keeping the spine really long. 2 more breaths here. Imagine drawing your right hip a little bit back, left hip a little bit forward, just to keep that hips like headlights facing forward. Root down through the feet. On the inhale, the arms sweep all the way back up, warrior one. And then from warrior one, straighten the right leg. So micro bend in the right knee. We don't really lock joints in Vinyasa very often. So micro bend in the right knee. Maybe step the back foot in a little bit closer. As you inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, pyramid pose, folding over that right leg. So hands will either come to either side of the right foot on the floor, or if the floor is still pretty far away, your hands can come onto the shin. Keep the micro bend in the knee, but you can support yourself this way too, keeping the spine nice and long, crown of the head reaching forward. Every inhale you lengthen. Every exhale, maybe you fold a little bit deeper. Good, 2 more breaths. Last one. Root down through both feet. As you inhale, the arms sweep up overhead. The left hand slides down the back leg as the right arm sweeps up and over, one long line on the right side of the body. Find that extension. And then you can cartwheel both hands down. Step the right foot back. And you can either come right to downward facing dog or make your way through a vinyasa. As you exhale, lowering your way. Inhale through your back bend, cobra or up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Hi, Zoe. Good. 1 more breath and downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg to the sky. 3-legged dog. Exhale, step it forward. Warrior one on the left side. So your left foot comes kind of behind the left hand, pivoting on the back foot. Arms sweep up. Warrior one. Spending the same time and attention on the second side as the first. So we're not rushing through anything. Try to find your awareness in this posture as much as on the first side. Can you see the left big toe? Are your hips facing forward? Are your shoulders relaxed? Are you pressing with the right heel and extending through the whole right leg? Inhale, reach with the fingertips. Exhale, clasp the hands behind your back. Inhale, slide the hands down the back leg, open up the heart towards the sky, lift the gaze. And exhale, humble inside the left knee. Again, the hands will either rest on the lower back or come up and over. Gaze is towards the back toes. One day, the head will touch the mat inside by your left foot. So that's where the energy is going. One more breath here. Root down through the feet, rise all the way up for warrior one. The arms sweep up 2. Straighten the left leg. Keep that micro bend in the knee as you step the back foot a little bit closer. Inhale to lift. Keep both hips facing forward as you fold over the leg. Hands either coming to either side of the left foot or holding onto the shin. Just avoiding the knee joint. So if you're folding like this, you can have the hand on the upper leg or by the shin, but not the knee. 2 more breaths. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale, folding deeply. Last one. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up overhead. This time the right hand slides down the back leg and the left arm sweeps up and over, finding that length, reaching through the fingertips, and then cartwheel both hands down onto the mat. Step that left foot back to meet the right, and either down dog or move through your vinyasa. Lowering on the exhale. Inhaling through the back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. 1 more breath and down dog. Inhale, look between the hands. Exhale, step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway, roll the shoulders away. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to chair pose. The seat drops low, biceps by the ears, engaging through the lower abdominals, right, so the tailbone is reaching down, shoulders are relaxed. Take one more inhale, drop another inch lower, and exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arm sweep all the way up towards the sky. Maybe you add a little back bend. And exhale, hands come to heart center. So now establishing a drishti, so a non-moving point to focus on. We're going to be doing tree pose. So starting with the right leg as your standing leg, just feel out all points of the foot. So in yoga, or in Vinyasa yoga at least, they say that there are 4 corners of the foot. There's 2 on the ball of the foot and 2 in the heel. So feeling all 4 corners, spread the toes really wide, establish that firm base, hands come to the hips, and just start with a kickstand tree. And notice we don't have like sassy hips in tree. We're keeping the core really tight. We're opening the left knee to the side. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you come up onto the calf. You start to notice a little wiggly, little practice in the balance. Maybe this is where you stay. Or you can bring this left leg all the way up above the knee, keeping the knee externally rotating and keeping really strong in the right leg. So pressing the right leg into the foot as much as the foot is pressing into the leg. So if you're somewhere in between, again, just avoid the knee joint. Either stay down on the calf or up higher. From here, hands can come to heart center. You can focus on the breath. If you fall out of tree, that's the whole reason we practice, right? We practice balancing postures in order to get frustrated, in order for us to know what it feels like to fall out of something and have to come back in. And notice what our mind says when that happens. So be here for a few more breaths. If you want to extend your branches up towards the ceiling, you can do that. For a bit more of a challenge, you can imagine you're somewhere really breezy. Or you can close your eyes. That always changes everything. Good. And then we'll start coming out the same way we came in. So if you have your branches up, starting to bring the branches back. And then the hands come to the hips. Bring the left knee in towards the chest first. And then lower down, nice and controlled. Good. Pedal out the feet. Shake out that standing leg. Did a lot of work. Good. And then we'll switch sides. So find that drishti, once again, that focus point that will help you keep balanced. Feel all 4 corners of the left foot this time. The toes are wide, supporting the base, right? Hands come to the hips. Start with a kickstand. Firm up through the core, firm up through the legs. Maybe you come up onto the calf on this side. Maybe on this side, you can come all the way up above the knee. But both sides can feel very different. So tree pose is a hip opening posture. And hips are notoriously different from right to left side. So acknowledge whatever your tree looks like today, not what it looked like yesterday, not what you wish it looked like. Just show up as the tree that you are right now. Hands can come to heart center. You can start to grow your branches. Right. Any other challenge options you chose, whether it's like swaying in the breeze or closing your eyes, you can explore that. You can also stay with the breath, focusing on the balance, pressing through the standing foot. And making your way out the same way that you came in. Drawing the branches in, bringing the hands to the hips. This time the right knee comes in towards the chest first, and then releasing down all the way. Shake out the legs, shake out the left leg, standing leg. And meeting back at the top of our mat, hands come to heart center. Inhale, the arms sweep all the way up towards the ceiling. And exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands and float away with a vinyasa. So stepping back to plank as you exhale, lowering your way. Inhale through your back bend, cobra or up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Good. From here, inhale, roll forward to plank. So like a wave, roll forward to plank. And as slowly as you can, come all the way down onto your stomach. Good. From here, untuck the toes. Inhale to baby cobra. So hover the hands, keep the elbows close to the body as you inhale to lift the chest and shoulders off of the mat. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale this time, regular cobra. Press through the palms, but the hips stay grounded. Elbows stay in close, shoulders are relaxed. Exhale, fold forward. Bringing the hands wide, tense through the fingers as you inhale up, intimidating cobra, which is my favorite one. Inhale to lift, press through the fingertips, lift the gaze, relax the shoulders, and exhale back down. We'll do that one more time. So hands come in, inhale, baby cobra, hover the hands, engage the back muscles. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, regular cobra, pressing through the palms, keep those hips grounded, and exhale back down. And widen the hands, tent the fingers. Inhale, intimidating cobra, lift the gaze, pressing up. Exhale, all the way back down. Hands come in by the body, tuck the toes. One last challenge as you inhale here, exhale, press right up to plank. Great job. And then downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, inhale, look between the hands. Exhale, step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, dive straight back down. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, lower all the way down onto your back. So nice and slow and controlled. You can lower the seat, extend the legs straight, and lower all the way down onto your back. From here, bend the knees so the soles of the feet are on the mat. They're about hips width distance apart and really close, so almost like you can touch the heels with your fingers, or maybe you can't. We're going to be going through 3 rounds of bridge pose, and every round I'll bring you a little bit deeper. If you have full wheel in your practice and you feel warm and ready to come into it, you can come into it any of the 3 rounds. It's not going to be one of the ones that I demonstrate up here. So for the first round, the feet are close, hips width distance apart. Palms are face down on the mat. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, the hips lift off the floor. Press through the feet, press through the hands. Engage the backs of the arms, keeping the shoulders grounded. The head and neck is relaxed. Engaging all muscles of the legs. Maybe you lift a little bit higher. One more deep breath in. And one more deep breath out. You can start to lower one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow. Good. So we're going to be doing 2 more rounds. You can do the same as the first round, same as the second round. Same as the first round in the second round, sorry. But we're going to be holding for a little bit longer. So you can windshield wiper your knees side to side like I'm doing between rounds if that feels good on the mat. Preparing for the second round now. We'll start the same as the first and then I'll offer a deeper option. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift the hips. Press through the feet, press through the palms, engage the backs of the arms. And then from here you can stay or clasp the hands behind your back. Roll one shoulder under at a time, but keep the shoulders grounded. And then from here, press the pinky side of the hand into the mat to find even more lift. So still engaging the backs of the arms, but this time with a little more leverage. The legs are engaged, the feet are pressing, the breath is nice and even. 2 more breaths. And if you have the grip of the hands, you can release them and slowly lower down. And windshield wiper the legs once you're grounded. So the third and final round, you can do the same as the first time. You can do it the same as the second time. Or I'm going to offer one more deeper option besides wheel. Okay. So preparing for the third and final round. Feet are close, hips width distance apart, starting the same, palms face down. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift the hips, press the feet, press through the palms, engage the arms. Clasp the hands behind your back. Roll one arm under at a time. Keep the shoulders grounded, pressing through the pinkies. So maybe you stay here, or you can start to lift up onto the tippy toes and walk the feet in a little bit closer. Find more lift by pressing into the tippy toes. If you're feeling super bendy today, you can walk the hands in even closer, close enough that maybe you can touch the feet. But again, stopping wherever it feels right for your body today. So maybe it feels good just on the tippy toes, or just with the hands clasped, or even without the hands clasped, with the palms on the floor. One more deep breath in and out. Make your way out the same way you came in, lowering the heels, unclasping the hands, and coming down one vertebrae at a time. This time, bring your knees into your chest, nice and close. You can make circles. And then circles going the other way. And then with the soles of the feet down onto the mat, cross the right ankle over the left knee. It's finding a reclined pigeon. We're not going to be here very long, but making sure that we get into this part of the hips. You can stay here, maybe using your right hand to press the right knee away, keeping the shoulders grounded. If you feel sensation already, this is where you'll stay. The next step is to start to lift the left leg off the mat, flex through both feet, reach the hands between the leg to the back of the left leg, right? So experiment with how close the left knee can feel comfortable. Again, a way to bring this a little bit deeper is using your right elbow to manually press open this right knee. And the very last option, if you can pull your knee really close so that like your right shin is practically on your chest, you can also extend the left leg straight and shift the grip up higher. So wherever you're at, let's stay for 2 more breaths. And lowering down. Uncross the legs, we'll switch sides. The left ankle crosses over the right knee. Same steps as before. Start with pressing away with the left hand, or you can bend the right knee and grab behind the right leg, flexing through both feet, maybe using the elbow, the left elbow to press that left leg away, or straightening the leg, finding the grip. So we'll be here for 3 more breaths. 2 more. And last breath. Starting to release, the right leg lowers, the left leg uncrosses. This time both knees come into your chest and your arms come out to a T, finding a gentle twist. Just let the legs drop over towards the left. You don't have to keep them stacked on top of each other or very close to you. Just let them totally relax, keeping the right shoulder grounded. Maybe the gaze shifts towards your right hand. 2 breaths. As you inhale, come back to center, so that we can switch sides. The legs drop over to the right and the gaze shifts towards the left shoulder's grounded. Everything is relaxed. 2 breaths. Inhale back to center. Take any last movements that feel good before Shavasana, any last wiggles. If you want to find a happy baby or another twist or any other sort of stretch, you can explore that. And if you're ready for Shavasana, you can also make your way there too. So we're all going to meet in Shavasana in just another breath or two. Letting yourself take up space. Let the arms be wider than your mat, palms face up. The feet are wide too, toes pointed out to the side. And starting to relax the space between your eyebrows. Relaxing your eyelids. Relaxing the nostrils. Unclench the teeth and remove the tongue from behind the teeth as you let the whole face relax. The ability to find peace and stillness within yourself is one of the biggest goals of yoga. So Shavasana is the peak posture of any yoga class. I know it can be difficult at home with a lot of distractions or other noises that aren't typically in a yoga studio. But give yourself permission to take another minute or two in stillness. Let your body soak up all of the hard work you just did. Your muscles, the nervous system, even your mind. Taking in all the lessons of the practice. I'll leave you here for just about 10 breaths. As you start to deepen the breath, don't move a muscle yet. Keep the eyes closed as the breath starts to travel deeper and deeper in the body. As you start to return to the room and to your body, acknowledge the fact that you showed up today. Acknowledge that you did the work. And start to seal in whatever it is you need to take with you from this practice. Then you can start to wiggle the fingers and wiggle the toes and roll out the wrists and roll out the ankles. Let those movements just grow naturally into the bigger movements. Maybe you find a big stretch. And And then you start to bring your knees in towards your chest and you roll over onto the right side, finding Garbhasana, fetal pose. In this pose of rebirth, you take just 3 more breaths. The first breath is to return to whatever intention or dedication you set. The second breath is to thank and appreciate your body who's always taking care of you. And the third breath is an opportunity to just listen and let your body thank you. Keeping the eyes closed, you can make your way back up to sit. And whenever you get here, the hands can either come to heart center or just rest lightly on the knees. I'd like to thank you all so much for showing up for yourselves today. Thank you for sharing your energy with each other and your practice with me. It has been such an honor to guide you. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend, knowing that you are as much a part of the universe as the trees and the stars. And though there's no way we can know for sure, there's also no doubt that the universe is unfolding exactly the way that it should. Namaste.